Okay, welcome to part two. I think I was right here. That's too bad. Let's call you Cheesehead Brown Pants. Just then, SpongeBob felt something in his pockets. Hey, what's this? He said, pulling out a bottle of bubbles and a blowing wand. Not bubbles! Shouted his friends. Then they ran away. SpongeBob started walking. Soon he found himself in New Kelp City. Grr, his stomach began to growl loudly. He needed food, but he didn't have a penny in his pockets. There was only one thing to do: get a job. But his fantastic bubble blowing skills made every employer run away in fear. I don't understand, thought SpongeBob. Is there something wrong with this place, or is it me? SpongeBob began walking around the city aimlessly. To cheer himself up, he took out his trusty bubbles and began to blow. Bubbles will steady the old nerves, he said to himself. Bloop, feeling better already. Then out of the dark shadows came a group of scary-looking fish. They were big, they were mean, and they didn't want any bubbles on their turf. They called themselves the Bubble Poppin' Boys. They tried to catch SpongeBob, so he ran away as fast as he could. Then SpongeBob had an idea. He blew the biggest bubble ever and caught the Bubble Poppin' Boys inside. It floated far, far away with them inside, never to return. Citizens of New Kelp City flooded the streets with bubbles in celebration. Thank you, Cheesehead Brown Pants, the mayor said to SpongeBob. You have restored bubble blowing to the streets. I appoint you the new mayor. Meanwhile, Sandy, Squidward, and Patrick continued their search. There he is, exclaimed Sandy, on the cover of the newspaper. He's mayor of New Kelp City. We've got to get there quick. When Sandy, Patrick, and Squidward got there, they were shocked by what they saw and heard. Citizens of New Kelp City, announced SpongeBob over the microphone. I'm not exactly sure what a mayor is, but as long as I am wearing this hat, I will always be safe to blow bubbles in New Kelp City, or my name isn't, Cheesehead Brown Pants. Cheesehead Brown Pants, said Sandy. Who are you? Asked SpongeBob. We're your best friends, said Patrick. Sorry, all I remember is hitting my head, blowing some bubbles, and now, poof, I'm mayor. You must have lost your memory when you hit your head, said Sandy. Come back to Bikini Bottom with us. We're all real sorry we yelled at you, buddy. I'm sorry, replied SpongeBob. I can't leave. I'm late for a very important meeting. With that, SpongeBob hopped in his mayor limousine, which was waiting for him. Good thing Squidward was in the driver's seat. Don't just stand there, he called to Sandy and Patrick. Get in! And off they rode back to Bikini Bottom. Start frying up them patties, yelled Mr. Krabs cheerfully when he saw SpongeBob come through the door. I was a fry cook before? Asked SpongeBob, unimpressed. Yes, lad, the best in the business, replied Mr. Krabs proudly. Well, I'm glad. I'm going back to my modest job as mayor, SpongeBob announced, dropping the spatula on the floor. New Kelp City needs me. Mr. Krabs, cried Squidward with delight. I brought back the #1 fry cook. You've got to pay up. Oh, wait a minute. That's Squidward. Mr. Krabs, cried Squidward with delight. I brought back the #1 fry cook. You've got to pay up. All right, a deal's a deal, said Mr. Krabs grumpily, handing the golden egg to Squidward. As Squidward walked towards the door at his prized possession, staring at his prized possession, he tripped on the spatula SpongeBob had dropped. His precious egg went soaring through the air and hit SpongeBob smack on the top of his head. You okay, SpongeBob? Asked Sandy. Just a bit of a headache, Sandy, answered SpongeBob. Well, time to get to work. Patrick, Sandy, and Mr. Crab all jumped with excitement. They were thrilled to have him back. That's about all the time I have for this. Thank you for watching my ebook and hope everyone stays safe. Thanks.